That's just not factual. The Sunday law is not embedded in the Paris Agreement. That's just not factual. The Sunday law is not embedded in the Paris Agreement. Now, there are environmental issues that certainly can play into the larger impact of a national Sunday law in the future. We don't deny that. But to say that it's in the Paris Accord, it's not accurate. But to say that it's in the Paris Accord, it's not accurate.
We're seeing cities and states and companies and individuals saying we are still in, even with the president pulling us out of one of the most important treaties, when every other major country in the world has said we are going to come together and commit to dealing with climate change.
I continue to be shocked at how close the water is encroaching just on the beach. Sea level rise is completely apparent in Miami.
We had 6.5 foot of water on the main level of the house for over a week. Stuff that was in our bedroom wound up in the garage, and stuff that was in the garage, I imagine that's way down in Louisiana now.
The storms are becoming stronger in Puerto Rico. The worst thing is to think that that reality will repeat.
Not a lot survived that fire in Ventura County. It burned so hot that everything just liquefied. To not be able to save anything. It was just really hard.
If we're going to avoid breaching catastrophic levels of warming, we need to be putting our foot on the renewable energy acceleration pedal.
It doesn't matter if you're Republican, Democrat, Independent, you have a role to play here.
And if we look at it as an American Marshall Plan, we can exceed the goals of the Paris Agreement.
This is the start of us taking control of our future.
We have the right to a future. We have the right to these basic necessities that we need to live. We, the people, need to take action. Our lives are at stake here.
That's just not factual. The Sunday law is not embedded in the Paris Agreement. Now, there are environmental issues that certainly can play into the larger impact of a national Sunday law in the future. We don't deny that. But to say that it's in the Paris Accord, it's not accurate. But to say that it's in the Paris Accord, it's not accurate.
Well, I'll tell you what we're also committed to. Kids should go to school. That's what we're committed to. We don't support the idea of kids not going to school to participate in things that can be dealt with outside of school.
I'm
here today because I feel like it's crucial that we act now, because like we've ruined the planet so much in like the short amount of time, like in such a short amount of time, and we don't seem to be slowing down. And I want my grandchildren and great-grandchildren to have the same beautiful earth that we have now. If so many students are skipping school, taking time out of their day to say something and try to make a difference, you should listen, because it definitely means that something's wrong and you need to act now.
That's just not factual. The Sunday law is not embedded in the Paris Agreement. That's just not factual. The Sunday law is not embedded in the Paris Agreement.
They may be little, but their voices were loud. Students across Australia walked out of schoolrooms to protest the federal government's policy on climate change. In Melbourne, a crowd of 3,000 gathered on the steps of the old Treasury building, urging change.
We want them to take urgent action and to make realistic decisions about climate change.
Sydney's Martin Place, as well as Adelaide, Perth and Brisbane's Parliament buildings, were also flooded with protesters. High on their agenda was stopping the Adani coal mine. It comes after Adani announced it will fund the entire cost of its Carmichael mine in Queensland Galilee Basin.
There's going to be a huge coal mine in Queensland and they're going to start it, and without our voices being heard, we can't do anything about it.
Earlier this week, Prime Minister Scott Morrison urged students not to take part, but his lesson seemed to have been ignored.
They don't listen to our voices, so today is a great opportunity for everyone to send a message to the Prime Minister.
I saw Mr Morrison objected to the kids going to protest. Well, there's one way to stop the kids going to protest. It's do something about climate change.
Inspired by 15-year-old Swedish schoolgirl Greta Thunberg, who protested ahead of Sweden's national election, the strike was designed for children and their parents to team up with others globally, demanding government action on the issue.
Look, I'm so proud of these students who've said that they're going to stand up to make sure that they've got a future. These students are here because of what they've learnt in school. They've learnt the basic science, which is that if we keep polluting our planet, we're going to make global warming worse.
Gabriella Power, Sky News, Melbourne.
My name's Olivia, and I'm fighting for the hundreds of millions of people that will be displaced by climate change.
So we're here with the Sunrise Movement. They have basically flooded Nancy Pelosi's office. Everyone is holding a "What's Your Plan" envelope, which inside has a letter to Nancy Pelosi as the leader of the Democrats in the House.
Nancy, Nancy, my friend, you do not walk alone. Nancy, Nancy, my friend, you do not walk alone.
Lieutenant Vidal Adams with the United States Capitol Police, you are in violation of D.C. Code. If you do not cease in the city, you will be arrested. And sing your spirit home. Congress, my friends, you do not walk alone. You are in violation of D.C. Code.
vote for any of the two here before it, so we're here to protest the independent candidates and ones that are even here close enough to potentially be.
Harry Johnson